All right. So this week we're doing something a little different. We are going through my GPD XD Plus.
Which is always hard to say.
It's a mouthful. So
we're gonna get it wrong the whole stream here, but
yeah, absolutely,
that's what it is.
You wanted to see this for a while now, ever since I got it. We've kind of had this on the back burner.
Yeah, this looks like a badass machine that's always been at the peak of my interest. Like, oh man, look at that thing. It looks so sexy and cool, and I know you can do a lot of things with it. And I know the Plus, you know, that like there was GPD XD, and then they came out with the Plus version, which like
they do more yearly revisions on this. They get little better processors in it. I think the RAM stays about the same, but like, you know, yearly revisions on phones, the RAM's about the same on them. Yeah. It looks almost like everyone that I show it to, the first thing they say when it's closed is it looks identical to a 3DS.
Yes.
When you open it up, the controls are kind of like a Vita on the inside. Only has a top screen, no bottom screen. It's a touch screen. But yeah, so let me know what you would like to see first.
Is the bottom, so real quick, I know they can't see the actual like hardware. I posted a picture on our Twitter, but you can just Google it. But yeah, so there's two analog sticks on each side. You got your D-pad on the left, you got your face buttons, of course, on the right.
Absolutely.
Is that dead area kind of in the middle? Is that anything, or is that just simply dead area, just empty plasma? Is that like a secret screen or something?
I think that's where the speaker is.
Okay.
So
that would make.
No, the speakers are on the side. That's just kind of a dead space.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture. Yeah, so it's just okay. I didn't know if that was like a secret touch panel or something.
No,
like that.
no, nothing like that. The screen itself is a touch screen.
Oh, it is. Okay, all right. Yeah. So what's some of the? I know there's like, is there an app store for this thing, or is it? It's just It's just Android.
Yeah, if you look on the top right, that's just the Google Play Store.
Okay, so it's just Google Play Store. So whatever you can download on Google Play.
All of the apps I have on this, I've actually downloaded. These are things you can get on a phone. The only difference between a phone and this is that, you know, this has a controller.
A controller, and it's got to be way more powerful too than I would.
I mean, some newer phones are super powerful.
Yeah.
But this does a mean job of a lot of stuff. So let me just go into, let's say, PSP.
I was just okay. I want to see. Obviously, the emulators would be huge. Okay. You know, huge selling point for me.
So, let's see if I can find a game.
So, do you have all these games just loaded on an SD card? Or
of course not. I would never have this many games loaded.
No, I mean, how big of a like? Is there internal? Is it like 32 gigs?
I think it has like 64 gigs of internal.
Okay. And then you can just put whatever kind of.
I think I put like a 500 gig SD card in here.
Oh, so you can load that bitch up.
Yeah, so you can put like I have a ton of movies on here. I have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I would just pick a game. You know, maybe a more.
Okay.
Like a, sure. This is a good strategy game here. See how it runs. Because I know there's a bunch of emulators for this. Like for me. Like, for example, like sometimes Game Boy Advance doesn't get emulated right. PSP, of course, you got to have a more powerful system. Dreamcast would be awesome.
I'll show you Dreamcast after this. Dreamcast is hit and miss. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah,
but Dreamcast, you have to understand that, like, you have to take into consideration for a lot of this stuff how the emulation is on the computer. Dreamcast on the PC is sort of hit and miss as of right now.
Yeah.
So asking for Dreamcast on an Android is going to be less.
Is a lot.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Let's just go
so far, so good. Seems pretty good.
And one of the cool things. Let's see if you can notice it. Like most oh, fucking hell. Hit the wrong button. Sorry, I backed out. Okay. Fucking hell. Enter area. Okay, I was going into the equipment screen, that's why.
Okay.
Alright. So when we go in, see, I can actually speed up the emulation.
Yeah. That's cool.
So if it's not running at as fast as it can, it'll actually give you the option to speed stuff up.
Yeah, run at 2-speed or something, yeah.
Yeah, or like, I think the option I have set is as fast as it can.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, there's so, like, PSP in general, there's so many good PSP games, man. It had such a great library.
You'd think
a lot of great RPGs.
A lot of really good underrated RPGs.
Absolutely, yeah. I actually own this game that you're playing right now, but I never actually had a chance to play it.
Exactly. Exactly. I own this as well, and I think I've played it more on this than I did in the actual physical release that I have.
Actually on your UMD, yeah.
And the weird thing, and I sped up a little bit there if you had noticed.
Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon right now, and the XD Plus is...
That's like the... I believe that is referred to as the 2019 revision. I have like the 2018.
Yeah.
They are all slightly... Like, it is slightly updated when you get it. So it's not something... Like, they do update it. This is, I believe that company's like best-selling device. They do a handheld PC. It's the same size. It has a keyboard. It's way more powerful. It can run like it runs modern PC games.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it's also like $800.
I'm just looking at so the GPD XD Plus on Amazon right now is a little bit under $250.
Yeah.
However, there is I'm looking at, the 256 gigabyte GDP Win 2 version.
That's the one.
Yeah, this thing is a tank, dude. Right now it's $825.
Yeah. And this one, the $250, that's kind of a lot for it. I think I got mine for around $230. Which, if you think about it, that's about the price of a handheld console for most of the time.
Yeah, right now it's $236.89 on Amazon. So
yeah, so that's pretty much what I paid for it.
You know, maybe there'll be a Black Friday 10% off sale or something too, but that seems to be...
I got mine around Christmas last year.
Yeah,
We were going on a trip to Vegas, and I wanted something for the plane ride.
And you got something good for the plane ride, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is like, I was just figuring like, this will just be like something small and distracting or whatever, and then, like, I actually used it less then because I hadn't like fully configured it.
Yeah.
To what it is now. I mean, and like one of the big things about this is you need to have patience, and I will openly admit that. I love this device, but if you've ever played around with emulation at all, it's sort of like screwing around with your computer.
Yeah, all the time. I'm big into emulation. I try to hack all my systems.
You sort of just need to be patient, and especially with like later things. Not so much the certain things in the PSP. It took actually a little while to get Jeanne d'Arc working correctly because like the text wrap was weird on it.
So you gotta mess with some of the settings. You mean?
I actually had to go out and find like fonts, like the proper font for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is just like a super weird thing when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, some games are going to play better than others. Some are going to be more clear. Some are going to be faster. It's just like, we'll get maybe into the Dreamcast stuff in a minute here. But yeah, every game, this game might not play as well as the next game. You got to mess with some of the settings.
The God of War games on the PSP, are run very, very slowly. They're playable, but you can tell the system is struggling.
Okay. Yeah, I mean those are some of the most intense games on.
Well, and they also came out at the very end of it, and typically stuff like that, the emulator needs to mature more before you get proper kind of results.
Do the analog sticks click in?
They do not, but they actually have two buttons right next to them that are called like L3. Yeah, L3 and R3.
Okay, so you can move it over to click those in if you have to.
Yeah, they do have two additional buttons for that purpose.
Okay.
And they also have two shoulder buttons as well.
How are the analog sticks and how is the D-pad? Because if you get
the D-pad is perfectly fine.
Okay, good.
That's good to hear. Analog sticks are. I don't want to say negative things about them because there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. They seem low profile too. They don't really they don't stick up.
Yeah. Sort of like a 3DS analog stick that you're sort of like, there's nothing wrong with this, but if I don't have to use it, I'd rather use the D-pad because it feels like you might break it off.
Yeah.
And it's not that I think that this would break off. It's just because it's the way that it's recessed in makes me it makes me worry, especially after all of the stuff that went down with like the 3DS and like Smash Brothers and people just snapping their analog sticks off.
Right. When you transfer files over from your computer, do you do a direct transfer or do you transfer everything to an SD card and then just take the SD card and put it in your system?
I can do either or.
Is it because I'm guessing it's USB 3.0 for the fast transfer?
You can do that. I can connect it with a USB 3.0 cable. I can connect.
Yeah.
I can just go in, plop the micro SD card into an adapter and load it up that way. I can go on website and just download it directly.
Yeah. Are they always updating the firmware on this thing? Is it like are they still supporting updates like the firmware? I know
I would have to look. It's not something that I have hacked firmware on this because what it allows me to do is overclock the system and get away with some stuff. Like most portable systems, it is underclocked when you first get it. Because for battery life, so they have their own. They have
sure.
It's an Android GUI on it, but it's not like just a generic. Like they've modified it a little bit, and you can actually just go in and dump like a pure Android OS in there, and once you do that, you unlock quite a bit. So basically, one of the first things I did was jailbreak this.
Why don't we try playing... so PSP seems to be working fine.
PSP is perfectly fine. So what would you like to see now?
Let's just try Dreamcast. I know I'm keeping the expectations low. I just kind of want to maybe see how bad it might be.
All right, let's see if you have decided to work today.
Yeah, like Mr. Driller, obviously that's an easy, low memory game, but... Try Soul Calibur. I mean, let's just that's a good. Obviously, it was a launch game, but 3D fighter.
Yeah.
A little bit more intense.
Nope, sorry, that was my fault.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Namco. Welcome back to the stage of history.
I have to pick this up.
Sophitia.
Yeah, I normally play as Sophitia. Max, you seem to be moving a little fast there.
It's playing.
You get some weird artifacting going on.
Sure, of course.
That it's not like 100%. Shenmue. There are a couple games. Skies of Arcadia. I think it's Skies of Arcadia, for instance. You can always see their eyeballs. So like even in the back, like if you're looking at the back of their head, you can see like the back of their eyeballs.
All right.
It's really weird.
So yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get some graphical glitches. But
Well,
I mean,
and like you can see the winds
playing.
moving too fast there, and
Yeah.
like it's not, the accuracy is not 100. It is absolutely not 100%.
Right.
And like so the movies are moving too fast, but like if I'm sure that if I had like a frame counter on, the frame rate would be inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because right now it seems like it's running a little fast.
Yeah, I mean it's playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
impressive,
Dreamcast
you know,
plays. And it's kind of
yes,
funny because I
that's-
was fighting with this one for a while.
Yeah.
Recently too, and I just got this working. It didn't like the folder I had put it in. Some of the emulators are very, very particular about how you set them up.
Okay. Yeah, I know
I
because they're looking for data in certain. I
I
can see
have
that.
not gotten Saturn working correctly. Like I can make Saturn load, but like getting the control, for some reason the controller won't function, which is a bummer because I want to play a bunch of Saturn games.
Yeah, I haven't really played any Saturn games. It's kind of the one
And there's
system.
a bunch of games that I want to play.
I mean, Pander's Dragoon Saga is, I think on the top of like everybody's list.
Did I tell you the story of my friend that had was it 2 or 3 copies of that?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
he
not
can-
friends with him. So
He can like retire now if he wanted to.
Yeah, let's go to My Boy.
Yeah, I want to see the Game Boy Advance because
All right,
Game Boy Color and stuff is going to be fine, but
yeah, what would you? Minish Cap.
Minish Cap. There you go. That's good. Boom. Playing.
Oh, Game Boy emulation is absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, Game Boy and Game Boy Color usually not a problem. Most things can handle that, but when you get to Game Boy Advance, it can be hit or miss. So,
And this is 100% perfect for the Minish Cap. I mean, Game Boy Advance I've had no issues with.
yeah.
So this is, as far as I can tell, perfect.
Yeah, it's looking good here,
I actually think I can set this to look sharper. I think it's not. I think I set it lower for some reason. Like, it was set to look sharper, but for some reason it like just wasn't looking right on like one random game I was playing.
Yeah, I know there's usually a bunch of settings, each emulator has to make it faster and to
Yeah, like this one. So
order,
like this
stretch out the
one,
screen.
as you can see, like I just made shit move real fast.
Yes, yeah. Is that a button you're holding on the hardware to do a full speed?
Kind of. It is. It's a tap on L2. You tap L2 and it makes
okay.
everything move way faster.
Whoa, yeah.
And unfortunately, I did that one by accident.
I was gonna say that was like a 4x speed, maybe even a 6x.
Yeah.
Minish Cap, by the way, is an awesome game. I think it's kind of underrated.
Yeah, well, and it's weird because it's like Capcom did it.
Yeah, Capcom made the other Game Boy Color games too, the Oracle games.
Yeah,
But-
which I actually at the time didn't play because I thought that they were just remakes of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, no,
Because that's
they're
what they were like
yeah.
softly marketed as.
Originally, it was supposed to be 3 games, and one of those games was supposed to be a remake of Zelda 1. And right here, this Kinstone is like a huge trading quest mini game throughout the whole Minish Cap. You got to get you get the 2 pieces together, and then like something happens. I remember when I played through this, I was only missing like 1 or 2 of them or something like that. It was like the only thing that I was missing in the game. But yeah, I remember Minish Cap was awesome. It's a good game if you've never played it all the way through, for sure.
I got a coin. Whoop-de-fuck.
Yeah, that's what this whole thing is. So usually you get 1 half, and then you got to find the other half. You put it together, and now something opens like this, and you go inside there, and you'll get a piece of heart. Or some of them, like, you have to do to clear out a path and stuff.
Oh,
I remember
okay.
It's like a Goron's in the way, and you got to like connect the 2 stones so like the Goron can like crush the boulder and stuff. So it's good, and the whole shrinking mechanic and everything. The graphics are great, especially when you're really small.
Yeah, it's an interesting game.
Yeah, one of these days I want to replay it. It is definitely a good. I mean, I bought this and played it on my SP at the time.
Yep.
So it has everything, like there's, Netflix and stuff like that.
So that's the other thing that I wanted to go over. So my wife and I actually went on a trip this weekend, and we went to a hotel, and the hotel had a really shitty selection of channels to select from.
Yeah.
So what we did was I actually had brought this, and I had put the cable to connect to the TV in my bag.
Yeah, the HDMI cable, yeah.
Yeah, just on chance that something might happen. And we ended up like literally just sitting there and watching like Hulu, because they literally just fucking there was just nothing. And this is Popful Mail from the Sega CD.
I was gonna say, is this Popful Mail? I've never actually played this game, but I've seen it. I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, and this is it's called the D Working Designs version. Because Working Designs had this terrible habit of just making things impossibly difficult for no reason. So
somebody patched it.
Yeah, somebody went through and like decrease the amount of money things cost. It's like they increase the amount of money things cost for Working Designs, and then they like made enemies tougher, and then like made them drop less money and give less experience. So it was like they made everything just like way more grindy than it needed to be. I'm like way farther in the game than I should be to be having problems with the controls. Like, she controls really weird. Mainly because she's just kind of floaty. Mm-hmm. So like at this point to be like struggling with it is not a great thing.
Sega CD, that's another good. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it just emulates it perfectly. So let's just get out of here. Yeah, just tons and tons of emulators.
Yeah, you got Hulu, Plex, you got Twitch on there.
Yep, Twitch. I don't have Netflix. I just haven't installed it, but it's available because it's your phone.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
This is N64.
Play an N64 game real quick.
So Dolphin, really quickly.
Yeah.
I'll show you what Dolphin is.
You got Cube. Boom.
So,
Pikmin 2 is the best Pikmin game.
So here's the thing about GameCube.
Yeah.
GameCube is the only one that it super struggles with.
Really?
GameCube is perfectly emulated on the PC. Just hands down across the board, can perfectly be emulated on PC.
Yeah.
The emulation on this is fine. It just struggles with it because did it not load?
It's not even loading now. Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely. Oh, and it froze too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten into Pikmin 2 before, And I've played some of Pikmin 2 before. Yeah, it hard froze on me.
Yeah, Pikmin 2 is awesome.
Yeah,
game.
And I've gotten into it, but this is the thing that happens with, unfortunately, with Dolphin, is that it's a lot on the system.
Sure. And if you play these more intense games, like it's got to suck more battery life too. Maybe take that into consideration.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just rebooting the system, but hey, not much. What's going on? What's going on there? But yeah, no, this is really enjoy the system.
Yeah, the XPD XD Plus.
Yeah, GPD.
Yeah, GPD. What did I say? XPD. Jeez, yes, I told you I was going to mess that up, but yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where you can get an emulation machine that basically plays everything. I mean, the PSP, if you hack it, the Vita, if you hack it, can be busted wide open. But obviously, I don't think you're going to be playing like Cube games, and it kind of sucks with N64, and I don't think it's there's going to be a good Sega CD. But this is you get good 2 analog sticks too.
Yeah. I mean, the Vita, you can do the same thing. I have all of these are zipped, so they take a little while longer to load because the program has to unzip them.
But less file size, yeah.
Yeah. But this is the N64 game.
Planet Puzzle League, also another good puzzle game.
Yep.
I mean, this game should probably, if anything, emulate probably one of the better games because it's just a 2D puzzle game. It's not a 3D adventure or something, but
yeah, and it does weird artifacting like that occasionally.
To be expected. Whoa, no pieces.
Yeah.
No pieces. Oh. Okay, we spoke maybe too soon.
Yeah, right, I need to fuck around with the layering.
Yeah, exactly. It's killing that layer.
Yeah.
But right. It does play.
It does play, just not well.
Just not that game well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's the GPD XD Plus.
Yeah, so check that out. You can get them on Amazon. There's a bunch of vendors selling them on Amazon. They're about $250, or you can go crazy and get the $800 version if you want to get the Win 2, I guess. But
I don't know that I would do that. One of the other things that I would recommend is if you're on your local network, one of the things that I like to do is this. This is Steam Link. I'm not going to start it now because it would take over my entire screen, but you can play from your gaming computer on this system.
Dang, just another cool thing.
Yeah. All right, but that's this.
So that is this. Yeah, you can check us out at MyGamer.com. Go there. We post all of our news, streams, previews, reviews. Everything's there. You can follow me on Twitter at ZackGaz, ZackGaz, and you can follow us on Twitter at MyGamerNews as well. So thank you for watching, and until next time, game on.